Mark here, and today we're going to talk about Reolink's new security camera, their flagship for 2026, which is the Track Flex. Now this camera is a dual lens, widescreen 4K, and then you get a zoom lens that is a 2K lens. Now what sets this apart from other cameras that I've seen is it has an out-of-range detection system on it. So you can have it set up and you really can't sneak up on this camera. It has 3 sensors, one on each side, and then of course one on the front. And you can set the out-of-range detection to pick up any movement that is off to the sides of the camera. And this is a nice feature, of course, to have depending on where your installation is. Now this also has 2 LED floodlights. This is a wired camera. It's not a battery operated camera, so it is compatible with continuous record as well. Now the floodlights it has on it, you can set them from 3000 Kelvin all the way up to 6000 Kelvin. Now this is dependent on maybe the lights on your house or the way you like the look of it. You can adjust actually the brightness and the color temperature. Now at CES 2026 this year, a lot of companies were unveiling their AI systems, and Reolink, of course, is no exception. They've introduced the ReoNeura. Now this came out on the Floodlight Wi-Fi, the Elite Floodlight Wi-Fi camera just a few months ago. Now I've got one of those as well, which is a 2-lens 4K that can record continuously at 180-degree spread. Now, what's in the box? It was the camera with its 2 floodlights. Then you receive, of course, your little care package. Once you open that up, you get all of your decals and your information pamphlets and your hardware to hook this up. So this is a hardwired camera, and it didn't take me too long to wire it up to monitor the parking area in my front yard as well as the front driveway. This is probably the area that I'm most concerned with. I can set it up to notify me if anybody drives down the driveway. This will detect people, animals, and vehicles, and will send you a notification. So about ReoNeura, the new AI search engine for Reolink. Now I did a couple different searches. You can do this both on the app as well as on the computer app. And there was a couple things that I searched just to test it out. Of course, I have a green parka that I often wear when it's bitterly cold outside like it is now. And I searched person. I selected person. I selected a date range, give it the last month, and clicked on that search. And right at the top, it shows you all of the green jacket, people with green jackets on. I also tried a white vehicle. I think I put in a white truck, and immediately it came up with all those search results. So this is very helpful that if you're, somebody says, maybe your neighbor says, hey, there was somebody in a green shirt or somebody with an orange hoodie, you can actually go into that and search that and not have to scrub through data and finding out, well, when was this? Well, it was yesterday afternoon sometime. I didn't look at my watch. So I've done that before where you've actually gone through and you've had to scrub through footage. And it can take some time. So I did do a audio and video test. And it actually, the audio on it is quite good. So I've been using this camera now for the better part of a month. And there's been people that come up, and there's been conversations that's been happening in the parking area, and I'm quite surprised as to the audio. Now there is a clip that I did here that shows the audio and video capabilities of it. Keep in mind that it was a little bit of a windy day. And it did die down towards the end of the video, but you can clearly see in real world scenarios what this looks like. So this is an audio and video test. It is a little windy. There's some road noise from a highway right beside us here, and we're going to start here at 10-foot increments. So I've got an old license plate here I thought I would test out on the video. So here we are, video and audio test at 10 feet. Video audio test at 20 feet. Video audio test at 30 feet. Video audio test at 40 feet. Video audio test at 50 feet. Video audio test at 60 feet. Video audio test at 70 feet. Video audio test at 80 feet. Video audio test at 90 feet. Video audio test at 100 feet. So storage. The Track Flex will take a micro SD card up to 512 gigabytes, but there are a few other options. Now, the one thing I do like about Reolink is you don't have to pay a subscription to record and access your data off-yard. So there's a few different options here, very flexible. So Reolink does have the micro SD card. The concern with that is, of course, somebody comes into your yard and they decide just to take the camera off the wall. The camera's gone, the data's gone, and you have no idea where it went. So there is a few different options there that you can look at. Of course, you can pay a monthly fee to do the cloud service, but you don't necessarily have to do that. There are a few other options. One of them is the Pro Hub that I have sitting here. This comes with a 2 terabyte hard drive out of the box. It is expandable to 16 terabytes. So it's got tons of data. I actually had a 4 terabyte drive that I had lying around. I put that in there instead, and I wanted to find out how much can I store on it. So I hooked up the Track Flex and the Track Mix, which is essentially 3 4K cameras and 1 2K camera. And I did a little test, and it looks like I can continuously record on those 4 camera feeds for 2 months on a 4 terabyte drive. So there's a lot of room on there, and of course you can adjust it in the settings depending on what frame rate as well as what bit rate you're looking for. The other option is an NVR. That's a network video recorder. Now, Reolink does have a number of these units as well. You can hook up the NVR to both wired cameras as well as wireless cameras. So I hope you enjoyed this video on the Reolink Track Flex. If you have any questions at all, please leave them down below in the comment section, and I'll be sure to get back to you on that. If you're interested in this camera or any other camera or hub through Reolink's ecosystem, then I will put the information down in the description as to where you can find it. And I hope you enjoyed this video, and we hope to see you again. Take care.